Ambati Silks, Kanchipuram Saree Store, now in Vijayawada. Exclusive Pattu Sarees, Salwas and Lehengas.
Rashtra being felicitated with a shawl. And a garland. Srimati Amrita Fadnavis receiving the shawl. Shri Namasivayam, the Home Minister of Puducherry and the Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, receiving the shawl and the garland. Srimati Namasivayam.
But sir, no Adi Yogi in Maharashtra, you must make it happen. You must take him there.
Shri L. Murugan. The Minister of State.
Delhi poitinga, but you Adi Yogi kondu pole inna Delhi ke.
For Information and Broadcasting. Shri S.V. Velumani.
Na summa sirikkiradilla jaikonu.
A member of the Legislative Assembly of Tamil Nadu. And to his wife, Premlata Vijayakant. So a warm welcome to all our dignitaries.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
May I now request the Honorable Minister of Defence to please share his thoughts. Shri Rajnath Singh will be speaking in Hindi and there is a translation in Tamil.
Now
He speak in Hindi or
he
English?
speak in English.
Hindi or English? Hindi or English? English? Eh? In Hindi? They are demanding Hindi.
Okay.
And this Hindi speech will be translated in Tamil. Yeah, Guru?
Rajnath Singh ji speaks very pure Hindi, you can't understand nothing. Ask for English.
The visionary spiritual guru and guide, Param Shraddheya Sadhguru Ji.
Creation was not made by you or me, it was here before. Grihastha, you
Very
have…
dynamic Chief Minister of the Maharashtra, Sri Devendra Fadnavis, Union Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, Sri L. Murugan, Sri Nam Chivayam, Home Minister of Pondicherry, Honorable Members of Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, officers from central government, state government, and Indian Armed Forces, all the devotees present here, and my friends from media. First of all, I would like to request to all devotees to raise their hands and chant with me. Om Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. Om Namah Parvati Pate हर हर महादेव எல்லாருக்கும் அன்பன் வணக்கங்கள். On this sacred occasion of Mahashivratri, being here among all of you is truly a special and spiritual experience of my life. First of all, I bow to Adi Yogi Shiva, and I also extend my respectful greetings to all the devotees present here. Friends, Lord Shiva is the beginning, the eternal, the infinite. He is indivisible, free from sorrow, and beyond all differences. Shiva is truth, and whatever is true is Shiva. It is believed that these Velyanagiri hills are the sacred abode of the Lord Shiva, known as the Kailas of the south, and being here in these hills fills me with a deep sense of spiritual peace and joy. Ladies and gentlemen, in the great poet Kalidas Abhigyan Shakuntalam, there is a beautiful description. King Dushyant, riding on the chariot, arrives at a place filled with natural beauty and divine presence. There he says to his charioteer, "O Katito, Bikyayat, Evayama, Bhogah Tapovanah iti." It means, O charioteer, even without being told, it is clear that this place is a tapovan, a sacred land of penance, the abode of a sage. Friends, what I wish to say is that the divinity I am experiencing here makes it clear, even without anyone telling me, that this place is blessed by Mahadev, the Lord of Lords. It truly feels like a sacred land of penance, a place sanctified by the deep meditation of sages. Friends, I come here, the sacred land of Kashi, the holy city of the Lord Mahadeva himself. In that sense, coming to this sacred place in the presence of Adiyogi, as a humble devotee of Mahadev, I feel truly blessed. The connection between Kashi and Tamil Nadu is also very, very ancient. On one hand, Kashi is among the oldest living cities in the world, and on the other hand, Tamil culture is counted among the most ancient cultures of the world. In language, culture, and cuisine, Tamil Nadu is deeply rich and rooted in history. For me, coming to the sacred land of Tamil Nadu feels like a blessing. I have not come here as a guest, but as a seeker, as a spiritual person. Friends, on the occasion of Mahashivratri, today, the entire nation of India is echoing with the chant of Har Har Mahadev. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from the hills of Arunachal to the land of Gujarat, Shiva lives in the consciousness of every person. Under the guidance of the Sadguru, Mahashivratri celebration at Isha Yoga Center has today become an international spiritual celebration. This is no ordinary achievement. This is no ordinary achievement. It is a renewed proclamation of India's cultural renaissance. There was a time when India was known as the Vishwaguru, the teacher of the world. The foundation of that greatness was not just geography, it was philosophy, spirituality, and universal wisdom. And Shiva is the most ancient and the most expansive symbol of that wisdom. The knowledge given to us by our ancient traditions is not limited to books. It is a living, breathing science. And Shiva stands at the very center of this tradition. Shiva has no single form, yet he is the source of all forms. And when nothing existed, Shiva was there. And when nothing remains, Shiva will still be. This very concept is the greatest strength of our culture. Friends, today, the Mahashivratri that we are celebrating is the sacred festival of the union of Shiva and Shakti. It carries the message that without Shakti, Shiva is incomplete, and without Shiva, Shakti is no direction. With this very philosophy, India envisioned the form of Ardhanarishwar. Friends, if we look at the Dhyana Linga situated in these very premises, we see a powerful symbol of stability and creation combined. The Linga, Bhairavi, enshrined here, represents the living tradition of Shakti. The clarity with which this tradition has been articulated in modern times by Sadhguru is truly remarkable. It demonstrates that Indian philosophy is not static. It is a living, conscious, and a dynamic philosophy. In today's time, when humanity is going through stress, anxiety, and inner restlessness, the relevance of Lord Shiva becomes even deeper. Shiva is a living possibility, a possibility that shows us how to maintain balance even amidst chaos. Friends, our sages never confined Shiva to a single role. He is the creator, he is the destroyer, and beyond that, the symbol of ultimate stillness. This is why Shiva remains as relevant for modern humans as he was in ancient times. Friends, if we observe life closely, we will realize that life doesn't operate at extremes. It always flows as a balance between creation and destruction. Shiva is the embodiment of this very balance. On one hand, he remains absorbed in deep meditation. On the other, he performs the Tandava.